So I'm going to show you on each version of a computer. If you're running Mac OS, I'm going to show you Mac OS version, and I'm also going to show you Windows version. The Mac OS versions would be released first. Windows version will be released second, and I'm not going to be doing Linux because I'm not using Windows Linux machine at the moment. So this is how it's going to look when you first set everything up on any platform, Mac or Windows, most likely Linux too, but I haven't really dabbled with that one yet. But at the top, which you can't see because I'm just capturing this part on this specific computer right now, it will say at the top, right under my where my mouse is at the top below there, above here would be the OBS/settings. The OBS version, which is the one I'm right now using 3.1.0.2. I mean 31.0.2. My bad, misspoke. And then the profile, which when you set it up will be called untitled, and then the settings, and then the scenes will be called untitled, and it'll be right next to each other. Here will be profiles untitled and scenes untitled. And then the whole point of the profiles is just in case you have a profile for streaming, you can click that profile before you start streaming. If you have one for recording, you can use that for recording. And then if you have specific settings for like when you're recording, so if you want to record in 4K, you have that set up in your settings settings. And same with the like scenes and stuff like that. So the profile and scenes are where you would need to basically, depending on what you're trying to do, record or stream. And then where most of our attention will be pointed at until we get to the setup part. I'm just setting it up. I'm just showing you the basics you need to know for the for when setting it up on any platform. You're going to need to go to settings, and settings will be you have general, parent, stream, output, audio, video, hotkey, accessibility, and advanced. And then once you change the setting, you press apply and stuff. And then you can also change the your save location, your what you're streaming with, or what you're um streaming it from. Or for example, where you're trying to if you're trying to have a stream key. So then after all that, so you press OK. But when installing it on Windows OBS, you double click the exe file that you download from obs.com. From project, you just type in OBS on Google, and when you type OBS on Google, it should bring up OBS, and it should say OBS project something.com. I don't remember the specific thing, but I'll put that inside the next part of either the Mac or Windows version, or in like both of them. I'll tell you in that spot. And I'll show you how to specifically do that, but this is what OBS looks like when you first set it up, not customized. Then for exe, you would double click, just go through next, save it to your specific drive. Some people just save it to their C drive. Some people store it on a separate SSD, which would technically be a little bit faster. But at that point, you have to modify how the plugins you add save to there. And Mac OS is default to the applications folder. You can run it from anywhere, but I recommend just keeping it in application folder, or make the application folder on a different drive if you're trying to save it there, and have it run information there to make it portable. Then I'll also show you during each one of them, Mac and Windows, on how to apply a parameter, which I have on in a file for each parameters you would need. So, and then after that, I'll show you how to customize OBS to how I would customize these folders because they're movable. And then I'll also show you how to how to add sources and stuff like that. So all that will be done in maybe 2 separate videos or 3 separate videos. Like 2 videos for 1 video for Mac and one for Windows. And then I'll show you how to set up specifically how to add some plugins, like for example the I don't use this specific plugin, which is a vertical plugin from Etem. And so you just add it, it would appear in this area. So this is wherever you decide to put it, it will stay there until you shut down you shut down the device. Also, if you're making changes to anything, don't just press the X button or the X button on macOS. You just have to press exit. It will save the changes, and then you restart OBS, and it should have stuck. And so that is just the introduction of this part. So I hope you like this part so far, and tell me what you would like to see in the Mac/Windows part. I will try to go over as much as I possibly can, but for like stuff how I would actually use OBS and how I would set it up specifically, I'm gonna do a second part on how to set up stuff with the Stream Deck. So I'm going to be using the same Stream Deck on Windows and Mac OS, but that's just going into some more detail that I'm not going to do in this video. So this is just the basic knowledge you need to know just when setting up OBS. The rest of the stuff will be the setup of OBS will be the first part. Second part would be, well, the first part will be showing you the parts, the stuff you need. Second part will be showing you setup of OBS. Third part will be showing you setting up and controlling it with the Stream Deck.